Animation is the key to every living thing. Its absence can be difficult to accept or obscene to see, unknown in me. My strength is all dried up, but now is the time that I won't give up. So I'm singing a psalm to calm my storm as I've laid on down in the dust of death as the gnarling dogs proceed to me with a nasty breath. For it is I who am the blood of a lost soldier whose path is aimless, a lost soul of whom is unknown to most, yet known by all, but in my head alone I am. I don't have much left that can be taken, for my mother and my sister both had me forsaken. But the one sure thing that I can attest is that I can count on my bones as they stare and gloat. For I once was just but a worm, not at all always like the Son of Man that I truly am today. Previously, I had been scorned by mankind and highly despised, living in the darkness without any light. But the Lord Almighty, He judges me accordingly to both my wrongs and my rights, and specifically according to my integrity. Even when in the company of evildoers who encircles me with their false witnesses who speak of peace, but are nothing more than an evil dream to me that I can now explicitly see. I will not be given up to the will of my adversaries. For the Lord our God, who thou art in heaven, and hallowed be thy name, has felt all of my pain. He has seen me sincerely weep each and every day of each passing week this whole last year, and unto salvation is where this lost soul shall be delivered, as it is written. In nome del Padre, et Filii, et Spiritus Sancti. Amen.
I survived an infamous year where I had finally hit the proverbial rock bottom, which I once believed would never happen to me. I also possessed a death wish, and I was convinced that I would soon come to exist no more in the flesh. Whether I'd die from a drug and or alcohol overdose, or succumb to suicidal thoughts, I felt my days on earth were lowly numbered. Fast forward to being arrested and detained 358 days upon my release from jail back in 2018. I now had a healthier mindset and a positive outlook in life. One night after dinner, I decided to read the Bible and jot down some passages that appealed to me. I am familiar with the commercialized Bible passages, having read parts of the Bible periodically throughout the years, and for also being raised as a Christian by my stepfather. However, I wanted to find passages that were different than what I already knew, so I thought I'd scheme a book that I'm unfamiliar with. I blindly opened the Bible, and I found myself in just so happen uncharted territory. The Book of Psalms. As I read from that page further, I randomly wrote passages down from the different chapters, and in the process, something peculiar happened. The phrases I chose seemed to merge in my head as if narrating a story, but not just any story, my story. These phrases metaphorically depicted my reflections on the trials and tribulations that I had endured the past year, and I felt they were perfect for how I wanted to structure a piece of writing. I then took bits from the passages in Psalms, added my own words, and when I was finished, I was in awe of its production. The opening quote, "Animation is the key to every living thing. Its absence can be difficult to accept, or obscene to see," is also not my own words in its entirety. I got the gist of it from a book that I had recently read, and I felt it was very fitting to open the writing. Unfortunately, I am unable to remember its title and its author as well.